And my name is Jaqueline Chavez.
And Jaqueline, how did you find our law firm?
We found Richardson Boudreaux because of our neighbor, actually. Our neighbor, after we had been in our accident, she was the one that actually advised us to seek legal help, which is, we have been in accidents before and we have never sought legal help, which makes me rethink why we haven't. But anyways, maybe a little too late for that now, but she mentioned your dad, I can't remember his name.
Was it Gary?
Yes.
Okay.
She said that she knew him, I guess friends, I don't know from where, but that's how we came across Richardson Boudreaux.
Okay, that's great. What had been your concerns about hiring a law firm before you came and hired this law firm?
I would say our concerns before is, I would say as many other people think they wouldn't have a case, you know, just get your car fixed and that'll be the end of it. Maybe another thing is like, you know, sometimes it adds stress on to think about going to court and all this and whatnot. So that's probably like another worry of us that we had.
We hear a lot of times people are afraid of lawyers because they see TV and they think they got to be mean, or they're just out to make money.
Mm-hmm.
So how did Richardson Boudreaux make you feel about lawyers?
It made me feel, you know, better about the situation. Just because, you know, like you said, a lot of times, you know, you think it's just because about the money, and it's not, that's not the case. But the way that the communication was with us and the updates, that's what made us feel better about hiring a lawyer.
What would you say was the biggest surprise you had by the law firm?
Our biggest surprise was when we found out that we actually had a case, that you guys were fighting for us, because we thought, you know, we were just gonna, you know, get our car paid and that was the end of it. So our biggest surprise, you know, was that we actually had a case.
How did you feel about whether the law firm saw you as a person that needed help or saw you differently than that?
I think the law firm definitely was personable, especially with what had happened to us. I know during that time, I especially, you know, was going through a lot of stress, especially with everything that had happened. And it caught me by surprise. I had answered the door and I actually had flowers, which really was sentimental to me, especially during that time. I didn't expect it. Just thinking about it right now makes me want to tear up. Especially because during that time, like, nobody knew what had happened. And you just a simple gesture of receiving flowers, you really didn't know what that meant to me.
During the process, did the attorneys at the office or the staff keep your questions answered?
Yeah, no, definitely. Every time, you know, that we had questions, you know, they were always answered. If it was something that, you know, that couldn't be answered away, they always followed up.
How satisfied are you with the experience?
My satisfactions with the law firm definitely exceeded more than what we thought, definitely. If I knew of a friend that needed a law firm, I would definitely recommend Richardson Boudreaux because of the experience that we had and the outcome, and not only that, the relationship that we had with Colton.